I don't know, guys. Did something happen today? What's going on, guys? Welcome to Film Junkee Live. Hey, it's Monday, and wow, hey, something happened. Something happened today. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, hit that like, thumbs up button, party please, and share the stream if you could. Share it. Share it, share it, share it. Hopefully you guys are doing very well right now. And I know, like right now, there's like social media reactions to Daredevil Born Again that's happening right now. So, well, you could talk about that a little bit. We'll check it out. But they just, like the embargo right now, just lifted for all that. So, good times. But let's see who's out there. We got Ryan. What's happening? Oh, I like Starfire. Can't wait for Batman Brave and the Bold. Green Lantern's going to be awesome. How's everybody? I'm doing pretty good. Like I said, still settling in the new place. For sure. We got Clone Avenger right here. All the DC announcements got me hyped. Another Superman trailer coming soon as well. Lantern's still my most anticipated project. Just hope my boy Hal isn't cooked in the first season. I know. Yeah, it's pretty iffy what's going on. Eric and Hard-Boiled Entertainment. Gunn and Zach doing a photo. All that needs to happen is Cavill and Corn Sweat doing the same. And cue the hype about potential Two Earths crossover. Interesting. We got Ninja Gamer 13 right here. F40 is Gunn's passion project, so doubt it's Zach. But Paradise Lost art used New 52's Amazons who enslaved men, and Gunn posts hardcore Wonder Woman pics, so a dark 300-ish take might be just the thing. I mean, that was one of those things where I said, hey, you know, would not be surprised if they had a conversation about that. Just would not be surprised. You know, like, yeah, well, what were the details? Like Gunn just going, what were the details? What were the details when it came to what you originally wanted to do with Wonder Woman's origin story? And I'm sure Zach was like, well, and yeah. So, I don't know. Versus Seed, your body's ready. Yeah, that's good. Excitement happening. Ronak. Hello, everyone. Long time no see. Yeah, it's been a while since you've been in the chat there. Indiana Jake, DC News Hype. Jose, yo, what's up, Dave? Remember when Hamada said we'd get 7 projects a year? People oh, always poking the bear there, Jose. It's all good. That's why I love you. JD McRae, busy day. Well, a little bit of a busy day. I know, it was, okay. I mean, what was hilarious about it is people were like, it's nothing. Not going to be anything. Not going to be anything, so he's doing fucking nothing. Nothing. It's like, but I was like, no, there's going to be something. Yeah, it's not going to be anything like, you know, I mean, depending on how you feel about all this too. But it was just kind of funny where like people were just like, oh, it's going to be nothing. And then it ended up being something. So, jeez, just crazy. Just crazy today. What's going on, Fear Jason? Always great to see you. And yes, RJ, the first reaction, we're coming in. They look, of course. Hell all. That's what Daredevil says. Born Again, he says, hell all. I know you meant hello. Let's see, RJ. I would just like clarification on if Starfire and Superpower's animated series are canon to the DCU. See, that's the thing. Some mystery when it came to today. Not gonna lie, a little bit of mystery happening when it came to that. So we'll see. I mean, that's the thing. Anesu, liking the new setup. All right, thanks. Yeah, I'm still setting up things, guys. I moved the open sign to right here. I had it right here, but then I was like, when it came to the Vodka stream, you know, some suggestions were like, yeah, maybe move it from right there to right there, because I had this empty space right here, and I ordered something that is going to go right here, okay? I have something that is on its way. It's going to be here tomorrow, I think. Something that's pretty cool that I was like, oh, that'll fit perfectly, so I'm going to actually have something right here. So on Wednesday's show, should be here, so hopefully so. Okay, and we got Brendan right here. Dave, can you get WBD to send me one of those t-shirts? Yeah, that's right. This is for being a WBD plant, They don't pay me money. They give me merch. That's what it is, guys. If you guys wanted to know, they give me merch, and this is the merch right here. This is my Superman, obviously Superman 2025. I don't know how else to say it. James Gunn Superman, sent me this personally. If I turn around, it's got signatures from James Gunn saying, "You're the best, Dave. You're the best WBD plant. You're the best. I can't wait to come on the Vodka stream. James, come on the Vodka stream. Why not?" Nah, he probably wouldn't, because he probably wouldn't. He's not as cool as Zach. No, I got this at Hot Topic actually. Actually, it was like a little bit ago. I just, with everything that was happening, I just didn't have time to because I want to wear like a fresh tee, they get kind of itchy. But I got this, saw it at Hot Topic. I bought 2 shirts at Hot Topic. They do that whole deal, buy one, get the other one half off. So I was like, all right, I'll get this shirt. And then I had a really cool, good conversation with the dude behind the counter, because he was a Henry Cavill Superman fan. But hey, guess what? He's looking forward to seeing what James Gunn does. Hey, how about that? So somebody in reality having a great conversation. I think I talked about that. My ceiling fan is starting to make weird noises, like doing the rumble thing. And I'm like, come on now. Really? It's going to be okay. Let's see. What the hell? This thing just jumped up on me. So sorry. I'm pulling up. Here we go. I meant to say hi, The Watcher. Good to see you. And you're hyped for Starfire and Teen Titans. Bruh! So, that's good. Johnny Rampage. What's happening? Good to see you. We got Axel here. Good to see you. Good to see you, my friend. And then, of course, trolling. Yeah, Gunn, Zach trolling together is hilarious. Yes, it's great. What's going on, Jacob? Great to see you, bud. All right, we got Shane O. What's up, everyone? Nice Superman shirt, Dave. And this is going to be a lot of great, interesting news of upcoming projects and various things happening with DC recently, today and last week and so far. I know we got so much to cover. It's crazy. What's going on, Sonny? What a waste event. As intriguing as the DCU projects are on paper, the delivery of the news and updates is so lame. It's all media-driven private press BS. The biased film media giving 100s blindly. Oh, this is Sonny. That's right. Again, I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know what the hell you were actually expecting, but I don't know. It seems like people who are hyped for this are hyped for this. I know you've been very iffy about it. So, again, don't know what to tell you. Don't know what to tell you. What questions did you want them to ask?
So what about the tweets back in 2009? What about
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, man. I mean, maybe that's what you wanted to ask. I don't know. Who knows, man? Jeez. But hey, at least people are, hey, we got Dale in the city. Dale in the city. What's happening, good sir? I actually want that white Superman hoodie that the industry... Why did I bring race into this? Just kidding. All right. No, I actually want that white Superman hoodie that the industry influencers and DC Studios people that got invited to the teaser trailer event received. That hoodie slaps. I think I know which hoodie you're talking about. I think I've seen that, and I'm with you on that. That actually does look pretty damn good. So good to see you, Dell. I know we recently connected and followed on Twitter, so good to see you in the super chat, my friend. And hey, maybe there could be some more conversations that would have. Yes, that's right. So good to see you, Dell. Great to see you. Animation does take a long time, though. Oh, yeah, they're talking about animation and all that kind of stuff. So, all right. So I think that's pretty much it for, just trying to get some chats up right there. But again, guys, subscribe to the channel, do all the things. And yeah, we got plenty to talk about. But of course, we got to start off with the tweets. What's happened in the past. But again, like I said, still settling in the new place. There's still probably going to be a little bit of an echo, even though I have the sound panel stuff right here. I need to get a rug out here to help muffle some of that sound right there. So I don't know when I'm going to get the rug, but I'm going to get a rug out there. I got a rug underneath me. I got a tiny rug over there in my daytime work session. But, we'll see what happens. But yeah, just bear with it. But like I said, I think the background is coming. There's just, again, I added some of these dudes up here on my little Batman shelf. We got a Funko John McClane. We got my Marty McFly with his skateboard right there. We got old Peter Venkman from Ghostbusters Afterlife. And then, of course, Henry Cavill Superman right there. Right there. And then, of course, my two, I know, I'm like a weatherman right now. I feel like a weatherman. Got my, Loki, the Loki mask. Not the MCU Loki, but, when it came to the mask, Jim Carrey's The Mask, it is Loki's mask. So I hung that up, and I hung my, of course I had that already, and then I hung this one up right here. Alcohol. Because no great story ever started with someone eating a salad, even though there probably is some great stories. And I got my little T800 head right here that I was like, you know what? That's a good spot for it. Why not? So, looking good. It's all looking good. It's all looking pretty good. Like I said, I've set up some other things too. Like I said, when everything is like settled and we're settled in and everything is good, I'll do like a little vlog and give a little tour of the house and everything like that. So, yeah, I'll do that. I don't know when it's gonna be when we're like fully settled. Like I said, it's only been a week. Like a week ago, we were moving everything in. So. Yeah, so anyways, okay, let's get to the tweets, guys. I appreciate you guys going in. And then, of course, we did briefly talk about this on the vodka stream because it, of course, was announced the morning of Friday, I think it was. And a lot of people are nervous. And yeah, I can see why people are nervous. And I'm just kind of going like, well, I don't know. I'm a James Bond fan, but I'm like, whatever they want to do with it, let's see what happens. Amazon has officially gained creative control of the James Bond franchise in a new joint venture deal. Michael G. Wilson and Barbara Broccoli, is that how you say your last name? Is it really Broccoli or is it like Broccoli? Barbara Broccoli. I don't know. Will remain co-owners of Bond, but are stepping back to focus on other projects. So a lot of people are going, oh boy, now Amazon has creative control. They've gained creative control. Oh, we're going to get the BCU, right? We're going to get that BCU, the Bond Cinematic Universe. And I'm like, well, if that happens, all right. I don't know. Some people are like obviously, like I like the James Bond movies. But, I've seen pretty much all of them. I remember one time I went down like I think it was like 2 years ago, maybe it was 3 years ago. I like totally went down a rabbit hole of like, I'm going to watch all the James Bond movies. And they're all entertaining, they're all great. But I think it's like what the purity of James Bond is just the fact that it's like he's in the movies, he's this, and it's just, every movie is a crazy story and you have the side characters that help him out. It's just that. So, but then at the same time, it's like, well, when it came to Daniel Craig's James Bond, it was kind of like, okay, let's actually have a linear story. So, like, when it came to Daniel Craig's James Bond, all all those James Bond movies were a linear story. Like, they kept, there was reference to the previous story, and it all lined up. And that was a different approach when it came to James Bond. It was different because it wasn't normally like that. But I don't know. I guess we'll see. I don't know. We shall see. All right. And then, of course, there was that whole thing. And then it was like right after that, I woke up. I remember waking up and then seeing the James Bond stuff. And then all of a sudden, and then, of course, I started working and blah, blah, blah. And then, of course, when it came to Jimmy Gunn's posting with Zack Snyder, pretty freaking awesome. Dwayne Johnson. Now, I like Dwayne Johnson. I've always liked Dwayne Johnson. I mean, there's some times where I'm like, stop it. You need to pump the brakes, man. And surely Dwayne Johnson has a little bit of an ego and everything, And guy likes the sauce, and I'm not talking about alcohol. Anyways, sorry. No, but, Dwayne Johnson. I think Dwayne Johnson, obviously he became one of the, I guess you could say, like the biggest movie stars, when it came to the 2010s. But then now when it comes to Dwayne Johnson, it's like, he's had some, the thing about Dwayne Johnson that I've noticed is anytime he's part of an existing franchise, yeah, he's successful. He is. Jumanji, Fast and Furious. What else did he was? And then of course he was trying to get into the DC universe. And then he was actually, him and Seven Bucks Productions. They were trying to get the DC Studios job. Ended up not getting it. And then it was just kind of like, whoa. So Dwayne Johnson, we're gonna see a new era of Dwayne Johnson. A new era is coming up because obviously we have that movie that he's portraying the Mark Kerr character, and I'm going to show you an image. There's like some new images of him playing that character, that MMA fighter that he's playing for A24. He's going to be in an A24 movie, but we're going to see a new era of Dwayne Johnson, and he just landed a new role, which is like, what? All right. Dwayne Johnson, Leonardo DiCaprio, and Emily Blunt will star in Martin Scorsese's new crime thriller. Described as The Departed meets Goodfellas. Follows an aspiring mob boss who fights rival crime factions for control of the underworld of the Hawaiian Islands. There you go. We got Dwayne Johnson right here. Got an A24 movie, and now he's going to be doing a Martin Scorsese movie with Leo DiCaprio. All right, Dwayne. I like it. There's nothing wrong with that. Good on him. All right, what else we got? Okay, this is what I wanted to talk about. So when it comes to the new James Bond, well, obviously now that Amazon has that creative control, and they probably will be doing something crazy with it, probably be doing something where the James Gunn, the James Bond purists are not going to really enjoy. If they do like some kind of cinematic universe, they have TV shows, they have all kinds of things when it comes to James Bond. Wasn't there a cartoon one time and there was like James Bond Jr. or something like that back in the 90s? I think I remember something, a one-season cartoon where they actually did something like that. Anyways, the point I'm actually getting to right here when it comes to Amazon and James Bond is the fact that Jeff Bezos himself was actually asking, he was like, what the hell? If we're going to be doing a James Bond, if we have this creative control when it comes to Amazon, who do you want to play Jimmy Bonds? Well, the people voted, and Henry Cavill was the top choice. That's right. Amazon boss Jeff Bezos asked his followers on X who would be the next James Bond. Some are calling for Tom Hardy, Idris Elba, James McAvoy, Michael Fassbender, and Aaron Taylor-Joy, but the clear fan favorite is Henry Cavill. Boom. Bitch. That's right. You Cavill haters out there, how you feeling about that? Yeah, that's right. Now, who knows? But we do have to remember that Cavill, he has like a contract with Amazon. He's doing the Voltron movie, which is that an Amazon movie? I don't know. But I know he's got the Warhammer project as well. So there are some things when it comes to Cavill. And Amazon. So wouldn't that be crazy if he ended up landing that gig? But Dave, he's too old. He's in his 40s. The man doesn't look like he's in his fucking 40s. Shut up. Stop it. It doesn't mean he's the Bond now. I'm just saying the people have voted. And that's kind of cool. You know what else is cool? A McFarlane Batman Begins figure that I really, really want because, yeah, The Dark Knight is, one of those movies where when people talk about comic book movies, they always talk about The Dark Knight. But Batman Begins, and the Batman Begins bat suit, that one's better. It's better. So I must have. Look at that. We got the Batman Begins, Christian Bale bat suit, everything like that. I don't know. It's just a better bat suit. It really is. I mean, come on. How do you do that? You got the grapple gun. You got everything right there. It looks pretty sweet. Pre-order now if you want to. Oh, I'm just saying. Like when it comes to bat suits, yeah. I mean, I don't. Some people really hate the Dark Knight bat suit, and essentially they just use the same bat suit when it came to Dark Knight Returns. But that Batman Begins one, I mean, I know like he couldn't turn his head. But there was something about the cowl that just made him look like a demon, like just, you know. But obviously, Christopher Nolan, being the guy that he is, and hey, he's going to ask the question. He was like, why can't Batman turn his head? Batman needs to turn his head if he's going to be doing this kind of stuff. And the fact that, when it came to The Dark Knight, he was like, yeah, I need lighter armor. I need to be able to turn my head and stuff like that. So he answered the question. He solved the problem, because that's what Christopher Nolan does. He solves the problem. Anyways, moving on. Oh, hey, guess what, guys? Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez are officially divorced. They're officially divorced. So, I know you guys were really concerned about that. And Ben Affleck was like, oh, fucking thank God. He had a cigarette. He was like, oh, finally. Jesus Christ. Relief. Sorry. I had to make that joke. I mean, I saw that it was official, and I was like, well, you gotta post the infamous Ben Affleck smoking image right there. And this is what I was talking about right here when it came to Dwayne Johnson. And the role of Mark Kerr that he was actually playing right here. I mean, we have there's some more images that were like out and about. I saw this on Twitter, and I was like, Jesus Christ, look at that. I mean, that really almost doesn't even look like Dwayne Johnson. That's one of the things, like when we saw that first official image, it was like, holy shit, Dwayne Johnson's really going for it. I mean, and then of course this is the actual image of Mark Kerr right here. So, I mean, come on. The face. Not too shabby. Guy was a big dude. And I mean, even Dwayne Johnson leaned out a little bit, so. It's not bad. I think he actually might be able to pull this off. I don't know. He might be able to pull this off. And then, guys, so movie watches over the weekend. I mean, obviously, like I said, settling in the new place. And, obviously I didn't do anything this weekend. I didn't go out or anything like that. I just stayed home, unpacked some more stuff. And, of course, yesterday I had to go back to my old apartment to fully clean it out and get everything that was left there out. So that was fun. I was like, Jesus Christ. That's the thing that sucks about moving is like, oh, yeah, it's always the little things when you're moving. With everything, I guess you could say. It's always those little things. Like when you're moving the big shit, yeah, that could be a pain in the ass. But it's like a big thing. It's the little things where you're just like, where am I going to, so that was almost my whole day yesterday. It was just going back to my old apartment and cleaning it to the best way I can. I didn't go overboard because why go, you don't have to go overboard. It's like one of those things when you move, it's like they're, no matter what, the landlord's going to hire a big-time cleaning crew to go in there. And not to mention where I'm at, they're going to just replace the carpet. They're going to replace the flooring that they had. It's all going to be, like, redone. So I'm like, I don't have to, like, go too crazy. But you don't want to be a piece of shit and just leave a mess, right? When you leave somewhere, you don't want to leave a mess. So I still took the time to, do some things, clean up some things, and get everything out, vacuum, all that stuff. I Swiffered, the floors and everything like that. Got it all done. But yeah, this weekend it was like I for some reason, I don't know why, I had a Final Destination rewatch, like the entire franchise. I was like, you know what? I feel like watching Final Destination. We have Final Destination Bloodlines coming out, which I'm curious about because I really enjoy this franchise. I think the first Final Destination is one of the best and most unique horror movies of all time. It's probably in my top 5, 100%. And it's crazy that it came out 25 years ago, 2000. I remember watching that movie and just being like just blown away by it. So I did a whole rewatch of the franchise. And it's funny too because with Bloodlines coming out, I'm kind of curious about it. I'm definitely really curious about it, but so the first one is just the best one, obviously. It's just pure gold. Devon Sawa, great at, leading that movie. But the sad fact of the matter is he wasn't in the second movie. And you could tell that he was supposed to be in the second movie. And I remember just like looking it up, and Devon Sawa, the reason why he didn't, because it just couldn't happen. He said it couldn't happen. Originally, his character Alex was supposed to be in it. But then they just couldn't, things couldn't work out. So they brought in, Ali Lauder's character, Claire. They brought her into it, and she's like the one in the padded room, and obviously the new characters, visit her and like, hey, you beat this thing, how do we beat this thing, and blah blah blah. And you could tell, like, when I was rewatching the second one, you could tell like, oh, that was supposed to be Devon Sawa's character. He was probably going to be in the padded room and all this stuff and blah 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 blah. And the second one's still a decent sequel, and I like how there's like the connection to the first round of characters of the movie, and it works, especially that highway scene where everybody just gets offed and everything. I'm like, Jesus Christ, that makes anytime you see like a 18-wheeler, carrying some lumber. Don't tell me you don't think about that fucking scene in Final Destination 2. My point is, where I'm getting at, is when it came to Ali Lauder's character, Claire, she was great in the first one. Man, in the second one, god damn, it was awful. It was pretty awful. Like, she was like, I don't know if it just was like scripting or they just kind of told her, yeah, really just go for it. But she overacts so terribly in some scenes in that movie. I was like, man. That kind of sucks. But anyways, third Final Destination was pretty great too. That's the one with what's her name, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, in the roller coaster. And of course, that was kind of like, oh yeah, we're gonna do like a whole thing where she took pictures and they kind of show the pictures, which is kind of reminds me of a Goosebumps book called Say Cheese or Die. I don't know if you guys read Goosebumps books, but it kind of reminded me of that because when she was taking pictures of everybody, it was predicting how they were going to die. And I thought that was pretty cool. The fourth Final Destination movie, which of course was a 3D movie, and you could tell just with the shitty fucking VFX, that's the worst one. That's by far the worst of the Final Destination. It still has cool things and whatever, but it's by far the worst one of the bunch. And then you get to that fifth one where it's like, where they throw that little curveball, and spoiler alerts for anybody who hasn't seen that, it just kind of loops around where it's just kind of like, oh, it loops all the way to the first one where the main character of this one gets on the plane of the first one to go to Paris and then dies in that plane crash. And it was like, blew everybody's mind. It was like, whoa, shit, that's crazy. But what's funny is one of the things I was thinking about, and I think I've said it before, I don't know if I said it on Film Junkie Live or I said it on the Vodka stream, but it just comes to show you right there that in the past 25 years, when we hit the new millennium, and this is why they were able to pull this off, when we hit the new millennium, the decades didn't get distinct from each other. They didn't get distinct, okay? When you look back into the 1900s, every decade was like feeling like differently, especially when things were really kicking into gear when you got to like the 40s, the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s, every decade felt different. But then when we hit the 2000s, things didn't really feel that different. Like, of course, technology got better, but styles and all this kind of stuff just didn't really progress. And the writers of the fifth Final Destination knew this and knew they could play with that very idea. So that's why, like, when you realize, oh shit, this is technically a prequel of the first one, and it looped around, and then everybody's like, oh wow, what a fucking twist. Yeah, just kind of crazy. One of those things. Yes, Untold, I would say that Ali Lauder definitely did age like fine wine. I know she's in that new movie, not the new movie, the series with Billy Bob, Oil Man, about oil, whatever. I hear it's really good. So, hey, Mama Film Junkie is in the chat right here. Good to see you, Mom. I think I'm going to see you tomorrow. Yeah, that's right. Mama Film Junkie's coming over here for dinner, I think. According to Brother Film Junkie. Yeah. So, see you tomorrow. Anyways, that's my whole little spiel when it comes to that. Sorry, it was just like one of those things. All right. Keep on going. We'll talk about the SAG Awards. We'll talk about that too. Let's see. I think that might be it right there when it comes to... Oh, no. He-Man, Masters of the freaking Universe. Now, we've seen some behind-the-scenes, like, images. They've been posted, and it's kind of like, okay, they're going to do that whole thing where he does show up on Earth again. We're going to do that whole aspect. And then there was that rumored little plot where essentially the storytelling might end up being where people are just telling stories, and then they cut to the stories when it comes to He-Man. I don't know. Who knows what's going to be happening? You never know what's true. You never know what's not. I hopefully that whole plot point of like the fact that, oh yeah, that this doesn't really exist. They're just telling stories, and then they just cut to it when it comes to He-Man and Masters of the Universe. But they release an official image, the first official tease and image of He-Man Masters of the Universe, and well, it looks pretty damn good. There it is. Wow! I have the power! Yeah. Holding the sword. You don't see his face or anything. You just see the sword. And then, of course, you see, what's his name? Nicholas... I can't remember now. But, yeah. Dude got pretty beefy for the role. So, he's definitely going to have that legit He-Man costume. Now I'm just wondering what the F Jared Leto looks like as Skeletor. Because remember that Jared Leto is cast as Skeletor. That's going to be interesting. Because are they going to do just full prosthetic? Is it going to be partially CGI? Who knows? But that's a good little teaser image right there. Because a lot of people were going, I saw nothing but positivity when it came to that right there. And me and my brother is a big He-Man fan. I was always like, I was Ghostbusters, he was He-Man. But we loved the 1980s He-Man Masters of the Universe movie with Dolph Lundgren. We used to watch that all the time. As a matter of fact, I got to show him that image because he's probably going to be pretty excited about that. You know what else I'm excited for? David Ayer's new movie that is, of course, Heart of the Beast, that is going to be starring Brad Pitt. We already talked about that. That was announced probably about a few weeks ago. But they added somebody else who is awesome, and that is J.K. Simmons. That's right. J.K. Simmons is boarding the David Ayer-directed Paramount Pictures production Heart of the Beast opposite Brad Pitt. So, J.K. Simmons. Anytime that he's in a movie, he's one of those actors where it's like, he's in a movie, he's going to do well. No matter how the movie is, you like him. Him and Stanley Tucci. Are just like those kind of guys. They're those kind of dudes right there. So, love that. And all right, well, the last thing I'll talk about, we got John Regan, because you guys know that I'm a fan of fan art, these artists out there, and John Regan. I've been showing his art to you guys over the past few weeks since I found him at Shadowverse Entertainment. If you want to get him, follow him on Twitter. He's got a new one. Brandon Sklenar as Batman. Yeah, look at that. He brought in the GCPD blimps. I love that. And then that costume is looking pretty fucking good, too. Even the chonies look okay. I can actually be down with the chonies right there. But pretty good art right there. He's got the white eyes. He also did one that doesn't have the white eyes. But I don't know. I think maybe James Gunn might want to do the white eyes, and I think James Gunn might actually want to do the blue and the gray. I think he should. But that's some good art right there. So good on John Regan. Always great seeing his art right there. Always great seeing his art. All right. What else we got here? Okay. Let's go ahead and start diving into all this stuff. Hope he does the blimps. Yeah, I know, right? I think I remember when there was speculation that Matt Reeves was going to incorporate the blimps in his movie when they were filming in London and everything. So I don't know. Maybe James Gunn's going to bring that. Who knows? But anyways, guys, all right, let's get started. Here. All right. Man, there's so much to talk about. Like I said, this is probably going to be a 2-hour stream. So buckle up, folks. Buckle up. All right. So now, naturally, again, it was just kind of funny because you hear there might be some kind of press event that's been happening, and all of a sudden that started circulating. I started hearing it behind the scenes before I saw it on my Twitter feed, and then, of course, there were certain individuals who decided to basically be like, oh yeah, there's going to be something. Oh my God, they're going to be doing full-on more announcements. And then they reeled it in because they didn't have all the details and then just, oh, I heard about this. I'm going to go ahead and put it out there. And it's like, whoa, pump the fucking brakes. My God. And then all of a sudden they went from oh, this is going to be something pretty crazy where they're going to announce the rest of chapter 1 and probably chapter 2 is going to be this huge event where they were just going to announce all kinds of stuff. And it was pump the fucking brakes. What are you doing? And then they didn't just pump the brakes. They dead stop. They were Burr! Nope, it's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. I hated when I saw that. I was really? Oh, no, it's absolutely nothing. Why did you say that? I don't know. Who knows? And I was just and then when I got word of what it actually was, I went, oh, okay, it's actually not nothing. Yeah, it's not going to be anything too crazy where they were going to announce all these movies or anything like that. But it was something. So we got the article right here. This is, let's see. Let's actually go to this one right here. Let's go to Deadline. So here's the article right here. James Gunn and Peter Safran provide update on DC Gods and Monsters film and TV plan. Details on Clayface, Lanterns 2026 premiere, Batman Brave and the Bold, and more. And they went through, everybody, we got so many things that we're going to be covering right here. And I won't keep it all shared, but, we'll just talk about certain bullet points when it comes to all this. So, okay, well, all right, so we have that right there. But the first thing I actually do want to talk about, obviously when it came to him taking a picture of Zack Snyder, some people we were speculating, what, maybe they were talking about DCU stuff, who knows. But then I love the fact that celebrating the 85th anniversary of Lex Luthor coming about, James Gunn posts this right here. That's right. He posts this image, a black and white behind-the-scenes image of Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor. and it is an excellent, excellent photo. And you know what my first reaction was? Jesus Christ, he hangs out with Zack Snyder for an afternoon, and then all of a sudden he posts a behind-the-scenes black and white photo. I mean, come on. If you know, you know, right? Zach's like, you know what you should do, man? You got to post more black and white photos. They're better. They're better. Post black and white. He's not wrong if that was the case. That was the case. I made that joke, and then, of course, people who get triggered by just seeing Zack Snyder's name, of course, we're all in the mentions right there. Oh, did Zack Snyder invent black and white behind-the-scenes photos? Yes, he did. Did you not know this? He invented doing that very thing. Yeah, crazy. Or you just don't have a sense of humor, and you get triggered by the mere mention of Zack Snyder. Shut the fuck up. Ugh, that was so annoying. That was goddamn annoying when I saw that. People, relax. So basically, when it comes to the DCU, what's going to be happening, what they are actually going to try to achieve, and obviously we heard about a 10-year plan, okay? But now there's a 6-year plan to lead into a culmination of a possible crisis event that happens where, yes, we're going to get a new Justice League type of movie. Now, who knows what that's going to entail and who's going to be a part of that, but that's one of the things that James Gunn and Peter Safran expressed was the fact that they have like a 6-year mapped out plan to get to that point. And then when it comes to what they want to release in those 6 years, basically it's going to be 2 live action films a year, 1 animated film a year, 2 live action series, and then 2 animated series a year. So you're talking about 7 projects a year for those 6 years. That is their plan, apparently. And I'm going, hey, give me as much DC content as you can. It's been Marvel dominating, but then I start going, well, maybe that might be a little too much. I don't know. But then again, when it comes to all the animated stuff, which is 4 projects, essentially 4 projects a year, right? No, 3 projects, 3 of the 7 right there. And I'm just kind of going like, well, not everybody's going to watch those, I guess. And then it's like, what exactly, when it comes to those, what exactly is tied to the actual full-on universe? So that's what they're trying to do. I don't know. We'll see. So yeah, they talked about their basic plan. So let's go down the list right here of the updates that they talked about. Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. Gunn and Safran said that the Craig Gillespie directed Millie Alcock starring movie based on Tom King and all that blah, 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 blah is halfway through production. That's right, guys. Release date is previously announced for, of course, June 26th of next year. Halfway through. So Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow is halfway through production already. Crazy. And we haven't gotten anything from it because guess what? They're shooting everything on a closed set because it takes place in the cosmos, which is good. That's what we want. We want that. And then there was even mention also that James Gunn said, yeah, you're probably not going to see Jason Momoa as Lobo anytime soon because, hey, guess what? We're shooting inside. They're shooting inside. So, yeah, good luck on seeing anything when it comes to that. Even Millie Alcock in the suit. I'm just kind of wondering, when will they, in fact, drop the suit? Maybe CinemaCon? Because another thing that was mentioned, too, was the fact that looks like there's not going to be DC Studios at Comic-Con this year, which kind of makes sense because Superman's going to come out before that. So they're going to take advantage of CinemaCon, not Comic-Con. So CinemaCon, we're going to get some, I don't know, James Gunn's probably going to be there. The cast is probably going to be there. Who knows what we're going to get there. Maybe we'll get the new trailer, which James Gunn is currently, well, we're going to get that official trailer. Maybe it's April. I don't know. Maybe we'll get the official trailer before that. That's a bit of ways away. So I don't know. I don't know if they're going to save the official trailer. If this is the trailer where we're going to get a sense of the actual story. What we got before was just a teaser. We don't know what the hell's going on. It was just shots and shots and shots. That's it. We don't know the context of all these shots. But according to what happened today or what happened on Friday or this weekend, is that James Gunn is currently editing the official Superman trailer, not the teaser. So we got that. Clayface with Matt Watkins in talks to direct, and so he's in talks. I thought he got the job already. See, that's the thing. Who knows what's going on with this? And Mike Flanagan's solid script turned in. The goal is to start filming this summer, said Safran. Clayface isn't widely known, like the Penguin or Joker, but we think his story is as deeply resonant, thrilling, and even more terrifying. Yeah, it could be more terrifying. If you know, especially what they did with Batman the Animated Series. The release date is the post-Labor Day frame where Warner Brothers has rallied in genre movies like It and The Nun and Beetlejuice, September 11th, 2026. So yeah, and from what I gather too, it's not mentioned in the Deadline article, it's definitely going to be rated R. Adult, rated R, 100%. We're good. Now we got the Batman Part D. Matt Reeves has yet to turn in a script. And before anybody starts throwing anything and being upset or whatever the fuck and start jumping to conclusions, shut up. There's probably a good reason why that is the case. But from what the duo have read, they love it. So there you go. Love that. So it's not like they don't know what's going on with the script. They know the story. They know all this kind of stuff. Even Pattinson has talked about that. Oh, yeah, he knows the story. He said it was cool. And, of course, you can make the joke like, oh, did you mean because Mr. Freeze is going to be the villain in that? Because you said it's cool. Production outlook is end of year 2025. Release date is, of course, October 1st. My birthday, 2027. Keep it there. That would be a good way to celebrate my birthday. Now we got the other Batman. Batman, Brave and the Bold. And how many times do we have to say it, guys? How many times? How many times? Gunn's other universe Batman, separate from Reeves' universe, remains in development. Separate. Stop with everything saying that Robert Pattinson's going to be the DCU Batman, okay? Can we stop that? Can we finally stop that? No, we can't. Because even James Gunn was like, well, you don't know what could happen. I mean, there was other quotes from other articles that said, like, I'm like, God damn it, Jimmy Guns. Come on, stop saying that. Stop saying that stuff. I was like, geez, why you got to do that? Why you got to do that? And it's kind of funny, too, because he kind of hinted, because we're all kind of wondering, is the DCU Batman going to show up in the Clayface movie? And I'm like, yeah, why wouldn't he? He should. Just show up or do something. Maybe show a silhouette. Do something. And he said, well, yeah, the DCU Batman might show up somewhere else. And I'm like, yeah, Clayface would be a great place to do it. And I think that'd be a unique way to introduce a new Batman. But yeah, when it comes to Brave and the Bold, it says Andy Muschietti will be the first one to see a script, said the duo Friday. They have a writer, but didn't want to name him. It's Ben Affleck, guys. Just kidding. Wouldn't that be crazy? As it puts too much pressure on the guy. Batman Brave and the Bold centers, of course, around the Dark Knight and his son Damian Wayne as Robin, who is quite the firecracker. So basically talking about that and say it's based on Grant Morrison's run. Now, they didn't specifically say that Andy Muschietti is going to be the director, okay? They kind of just like, oh yeah, Andy Muschietti is going to be involved, but didn't express 100% that he is in fact going to direct it. Now, other reports have said like, oh yeah, he's still it. But who knows? So it's still not 100% that Andy Muschietti is actually going to be the director. Now going to Sergeant Rock, and we talked about this on the Vodka stream, and I was thinking about this too. In wake of Daniel Craig stepping away from the Luca Guadagnino, I can never say his name right, planned, directed World War II scripted by Challenger's scribe Justin Kuritzkes, the DC duo are looking for actors to play the title protag. The duo said that they never met with Craig. Yeah. It was like a rumor. It was like I don't know. It was a scoop thing. Who the fuck? Was it What's His Nuts? Probably. They were like scooping that thing, and it was like, okay, but it was never, like James Gunn never talked about it, never said anything. The duo said they never met with Craig. He was never attached, added Safran. What we love about Sergeant Rock is the opportunity to tell a story about heroism and conflict in a compelling and unique way. Justin really wrote a wonderful screenplay that's what catapulted the project to the forefront. The movie will shoot this summer if they can find the right actor. And obviously, what was very weird when they were saying like Daniel Craig dropped out. Okay, Daniel Craig's like 54, 55 years old. And then all of a sudden they're talking about Jeremy Allen White, who's like 33, 34, he's 20 years younger. So I was like, wait a minute, that doesn't even make sense. I was like, was Daniel Craig actually ever attached? Turns out, not the case. And that makes sense. Swamp Thing, the feature will, of course, investigate the dark origins of the mud water creature and has 5-time Oscar nominee James Mangold attached. The ball is really in his court, said Safran about the project moving forward. There was a Swamp Thing movie back in, of course, 1982 and blah, 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 blah. So basically, that's kind of put on the back burner, apparently, when it comes to Swamp Thing, because James Mangold does have a Star Wars movie he's likely doing first. So we could probably, we're not going to see that Swamp Thing movie anytime soon. Teen Titans, officially confirmed, because we didn't get it officially confirmed, but Anna Naguara, who, of course, wrote the Supergirl movie, right? Turned in a draft. Anna is working on a script. It's something she was really impassioned about. She turned over an amazing script to us. She's fiddling with it now. It's definitely not a finished script. So there you go. Matthew Orton, screenplay. It says right here, what is that screenplay? Well, possibly the Deathstroke and Bane movie. The rumor is that he is penning the screenplay. And then there was like a little things too where it's like, when people ask, well, what's going on with this Bane and Deathstroke movie? So it's probably going to be the 6th, right? But I don't know. It's that they were playing pretty coy when it came to that. So they were like, that's the thing. It's like James Gunn even said at one point that there is like one scooper that just keeps on getting things right. And it's like, so they have to play coy when it comes to that. The Authority was announced, of course, 2 years ago and said, of course, follow that. The Authority was created, blah, blah, blah. The former member of the group, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Slow go for the project, but Gunn and Safran still believe in it. Gunn says it's not that furthest along. So not that furthest along, kind of on the back burner. Safran said it's a very big movie if you're going to do it properly. Some of the story elements, perhaps, that are in Superman and some of the other films, we fast-tracked, step a little on the Authority. Gunn further notes, it's the one that got messed with through all the other things that were happening. The script had a harder time coming along. So again, that's what happens. And I know people are like, Jesus Christ, what the hell? 2 years ago they announced something and now it's different. Yeah, that's what happens. I hate that. It's just people that just want to hate just to hate. Peacemaker Season 2, Gunn penned the show. Yeah, that's premiering in August. Waller, of course, when it comes to Waller, apparently it's been a bumpy development, but they are obviously casting for the supporting roles, and that still is set to start filming this year. Lanterns, they could safely say, will premiere early 2026. That is currently being filmed right now, and apparently, according to one scooper, Daniel RPK, he did say that it's very adult and very weird. And I like that. Penguin Season 2, that's to be determined. There's a lot of moving pieces, including Colin Farrell himself, said Safran, and blah, 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 blah. And I've had people that go like, yeah, geez, they want to destroy Reeves' universe, so they're going to not make a Penguin Season 2. When literally Colin Farrell himself has said, I don't know if I want to do it because of the magic that we created in the first one. I don't know if that's going to like muddy the waters for, what we achieved here and blah, blah, blah. I mean, the dude is cleaning house. He just won the SAG Award last night. I can totally understand it seems like what Matt Reeves and company wanted to do was just have one season, and then that would lead into the Batman Part 2. And then, of course, everybody's like, give me a Season 2. But it's like, that maybe wasn't the intention. It was just going to be a mini-series that was going to be part of this universe that was going to lead into here. And then, of course, Oz is going to be in the second one. God knows if he even survives the Batman Part 2. So can we just pump the brakes on that? You fucking crazies out there that want like the Penguin season 2, let's wait until the Batman part 2 before we start talking about the Penguin part 2. Let's wait till that. Paradise Lost. Of course, talking about a Game of Thrones style, that's still very much in development. There hasn't been a writer attached to it, but they still very much want that to happen. Get Zach on it. Anyways, Booster Gold. The series follows, of course, that, Booster Gold. Ed Safran says, we love Booster Gold. There was a particular showrunner creator we were waiting on who expressed interest. We waited a really long time. Ultimately, he fell out of love. He pivoted. It's still one that's important to us. It's moving forward with somebody else. So, showrunner thing. Blue Beetle, finally. Blue Beetle, the animated series. They talk about this as well. It's getting to a place that they're going to present for a green light really soon. It follows the events, of course, of the movie and stuff like that. So, seems like Blue Beetle is very much in active development as well. So, that's good. That's good. Trying to look, I'm like, there was a Variety article, but they didn't really talk much when it came to the Variety article. All right, let me go down some of this stuff right here, too. Let's see. Let me make sure I got everything because, there's some bullet points that were thrown out there. Yeah, I think I pretty much, that article pretty much covered everything. That's what I loved about the Deadline article. Oh, yeah. But then, of course, we got all this other random shit. Forgot about that. All right, so this is kind of unique, and I think this is like, yes, utilize the space. Utilize the space of the internet. Why the F not? Crypto. There's going to be a crypto series. We already know that crypto is going to be a fan favorite. Again, just go down the trailer reactions and see the reaction to crypto with all those trailer reactions. He is going to be a fan favorite. Whether you like it or not, a crypto series, it's going to be it's going to be a couple of a few short films that are in development described as seasonally themed shorts. So I guess you're going to have like a summertime one, a Christmas one. You're going to have shorts. They're going to be 4 in total. And it's going to be, of course, the dog, and it's going to be posted online. So we're going to have crypto. We're going to have spin-off crypto shorts online. Remember when the MCU did that with Agent Smith? Why am I drawing a name? I'm drawing a blank. Coulson, not Smith. I was thinking The Matrix. Coulson. Remember when they did that? They had like the in-between where Coulson was like in between the movies. They had like little shorts with that. I was like, that was pretty cool. Why not have something like that again? I don't know. But they're going to have one with crypto. That's pretty cool. And then we got more Green Lantern that's going to be happening. We have more Green Lantern. My Adventures with Green Lantern, animated series in development. John Wyatt is executive producing. The series follows high school student Jessica Cruz, who has her life upended when a Green Lantern power ring falls from the sky and chooses Cruz to be its champion. Boop! And there it is right there. There's the logo. My Adventures with Green Lantern. So does that mean that falls into the universe with My Adventures with Superman? That's the question. Is that part of the DCU or is that part of that? That's a weird one. If you're going to call it that, that's pretty interesting. That's pretty interesting. And then we got Starfire. Starfire follows her adventures after she uses an ancient spaceship she discovers on her home planet of Tamaron to escape her planet and explore the stars. So we got a Starfire origin series, and there's the logo right there. Starfire! Exclamation point. Exclamation point, I should say. So there's that. And then there was one more animated series that was announced. I think I actually posted it. Let me see. It looks like... Where did I post it? I actually put the description and everything. Hold on. I'm finding it. There it is. We got Superpowers. Follows students at Alliance School for Heroes and focuses on Lightning, Flash, Plastic Man, Aquagirl, Green Lantern, and Terra, who level up their powers under the supervision of Principal Martian Manhunter. in the hopes of one day graduating and becoming the next generation of Earth's defenders. And there's that logo right there. So we're also going to have like something when it comes to that. Cool. Why not? I'm down for animated stuff. Seems like they're leaning pretty heavily in the animated stuff. Why? Because it's cheaper. It's cheaper and it's content for Max. So at least there's that, right? I mean, they're looking at it like that. They're looking at it like that. All right, and I think that's pretty much it when it comes to all of the announced stuff and the updates. Well, I don't even know where this was, but according to home of DCU, in the Starfire series, apparently Lobo's daughter Crush is supposed to be in it. All right, cool. And then of course, anybody who's a fan of Fortnite, they're looking for doing DCU skins for Fortnite. James Gunn did give an update when it came to the dynamic duo. He's not ready, apparently. James Gunn is not ready to confirm whether the dynamic duo, the Jason Todd and Tim Drake, Jason Todd and Dick Grayson animated movie that's going to be like crazy, like animation stuff. He has not said that it's in the DCU or not yet. He's not ready. So I was like, very interesting. Very interesting. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it. And like I said, it was like, it was that whole thing of wondering about certain things. And I just love that Luca finally got officially confirmed. He was wearing like a DC Studios shirt. And now, one of the pressing questions, hold on, let me find it. There it is. And now we know why, and now we have a little bit of info when it comes to that image of James Gunn and Zack Snyder together. That's right. Of course, naturally, that was going to be asked about when it came to this whole press event. It was like, what's going on? Is Zack Snyder going to be joining the DCU? Everybody was speculating. People were like, oh my God, is it going to be Elseworld, Snyderverse stuff? Is it going to be the Dark Knight Returns, like actual movie that he's always wanted to do? What's it going to be? Is he going to do a DCU project, The Authority? What's happening? Well, Gunn still does occasionally post on Blue Sky, Instagram, and Twitter X accounts. Most recently, a photo of him and with Zack Snyder, the filmmaker whose past tenure, of course, all that stuff, and they work together. Here's his quote right here. We knew that people have this view that's... Oh, wait. Let's see. Is that what it is? Oh, yeah. Well, first off, he says, sometimes talk about different things, but they took a picture specifically because they knew it would melt the internet. We knew that people have this view that somehow we have been pitted against each other. It's odd to have someone who you're friendly with in real life be the guy that is positioned as your Lex Luthor, or I'm his Lex Luthor. It's just such a weird dynamic that's been created between factions online. It's so funny, too, because certain people, even like people, who really just hate James Gunn and want to, just to shit on anything that has to do with the DCU. They were totally taking his quote out of context, going like, did he just call himself Superman? Did he just call himself Superman? Because they took out the context of the fact, because that the quote where he said like, position as your Lex Luthor, as if Zack Snyder is his Lex Luthor. So then that means he's Superman. But then, of course, left out the fact that he said, or I'm his Lex Luthor. It's just kind of funny. These people, I swear to God, stop doing this shit. This is not right. Stop doing that. It's just ridiculous. But what's kind of funny about all this? What's kind of funny about this is the fact that I was like wondering, okay, is Zach going to post the image? Is Zach going to post the image? Zach did. Zach didn't. So seems like Zach was like, all right, I'm down. I get it. And obviously they probably were like, let's have fun. He agreed to take the picture. He's like, yeah, post it all you want. But it was kind of, I was curious if Zach wanted to, if Zach was eventually going to post a picture on Vero or on Twitter. He could have added to it. He could have very much added to it. Chose not to. Zach chose not to. So I think that whole photo to blow up the internet was obviously James Gunn's idea, 100%. And Zack agreed to it, but he wasn't going to fully play along and post it as well. So it leans one side, kind of. So just saying. Like I said, they don't hate each other as much as people want that, but how dare he, right? But yeah, it's good. I still love the fact that it just blew up the freaking internet. That was fun. That was absolutely fun. You know, because they knew exactly what the hell. They knew exactly that it was going to blow up the internet. But it just seemed like Zack was like, I'm not going to post about that. Not going to quite post about that. Which, good on Zack. He didn't want to like fully play along, although I thought it would have been fun if he did. But there you go, guys. There you go. There's the nothing burger that was the press event that some people were putting out there. Just a pure nothing burger, right? Right, guys? Just nothing. Oh, yeah. Nothing. No, there's plenty there. It's funny. And that's, yeah, so. Yeah, you kept seeing that. Why didn't Zack post anything? Because he doesn't have to. Yeah, he doesn't have to. Unless Zack was actually going to be part of the DCU, he has no reason to post it. And I'm like, yeah, that's just why I kind of thought. I was like, all right. Obviously, this is not going to be actually something, so he doesn't have to post anything. It's ridiculous. And if Gunn fans are upset about that, fuck off. He doesn't have to post anything. Jesus Christ. All right. That's all the DCU news right there. First, Dave. What? You guys aren't liking the stream? Anyways. All right, let's move over to the MCU real quick. There was also talk about video games. We kind of talked about that. Who knows what's going to happen with the video games. Anyways, let's talk about the MCU and some of the updates that actually have been coming about in the last few days. And, just a couple of things that I wanted to go over. Well, first off, when it comes to Captain America Brave New World, apparently at one point the Illuminati was going to be in that movie, but again, they didn't know what the fuck they wanted to do with Captain America Brave New World. But yeah, there was going to be apparently reference of that, of the Illuminati, and I think maybe that's what that stupid post-credit scene, where he just basically says, like, are you ready to take on people from other worlds kind of thing. Different worlds and blah, blah, blah. And it's just kind of like, all right, whatever. And then, Spider-Man 4 has officially been delayed to July 31st. It's probably going to get delayed even more for all we know. Who knows? I don't know. It's just kind of dumb. Then you got Rob Liefeld. He's just not happy with Marvel Studios. We heard about that whole thing where he basically dropped out of just even being working with Marvel anymore because he's complaining that he just didn't get recognized by Kevin Feige when it came to the Deadpool and Wolverine premiere. He didn't even get invited to the after party, all this kind of stuff, which kind of effed up. But I don't really like Liefeld. I don't, guys. I don't know. He seems like a little bit of a prima donna, but I do understand the fact that it's like, yeah, there should have been more respect because he did create the character that is Deadpool, but he also. He also tweeted after the fact that Captain America Brave New World's not going to do well at the box office. His quote was, get Feige off the mound. He's spent. So there you go. That's his latest quote when it comes to all this. And I think a lot of us are kind of thinking that Feige's probably, after Secret Wars, might just be like, all right, I'm out. I don't know. I think that's kind of like the speculation, but, we'll see. And there's been an update, of course, when it comes to showrunners, talking about that Moon Knight. There's not going to be a season 2 of Moon Knight, but Moon Knight should be showing up in, supporting other projects and everything. So apparently Spider-Man is going to be referenced in Daredevil Born Again, but Kingpin's going to reference him as a kid dressed as a spider, which is kind of interesting because I'm wondering if that has something to do with the stipulations when it comes to when it comes to why maybe they can't say Spider-Man in a television series, because according to head of television, Brad Windebaum, according to Brad Windebaum, who is heading Marvel Studios Television, he addressed why you can't have a live-action Disney Plus appearance by Spider-Man. He says, I think Sony have long-form television rights. We can do like a 30-minute animation. That's why they can have your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. They can have that, but they can't have him show up live action. So don't expect anything in Daredevil, Born Again, Season 1 or 2. Don't expect any kind of Spider-Man appearance because they just can't have it. Sony. Fucking Sony, man. I want to see an actual live action interaction between Daredevil and, obviously we saw Peter Parker. And, we saw Charlie Cox and Tom Holland interact together in No Way Home. But I want to see them in costume, working together. I think a lot of us kind of want to see that, right? Who knows? And then, according to Deadline, Avengers Doomsday will officially begin production in April. So, there you go. First it was going to be March, but now it's going to be officially starting in April. And it's so funny, too, because I'm looking at the MCU Direct right here. Check out this poster, this fan-made poster. This is like the new Avengers right here, apparently. I love how Deadpool's in there, which he's probably not going to be there. That would be insane if he was, like, part of the Avengers. Probably not going to be. But it's just like, oh, you got Scarlet Witch, too? Is she really going to be in there? Is Nick Fury going to be part of that, too? I'm like, good Lord. I don't know. We're also wondering exactly what the hell the lineup is going to be for Avengers. Ugh. That team just looks very out of whack, but hey, I'm sure they were just like, we got to use something, right? And apparently there's going to be an Okoye series, based on that one character from Black Panther, and that's no longer in the works. But hey, we got Marvel Studios is officially developing a Punisher Disney Plus special presentation. They've done that with past projects. That's going to be starting John Bernthal. So that's going to be happening. And, here comes all the... Daredevil and Kingpin will not appear in Spider-Man 4, according to Vincent D'Onofrio, but who knows? Again, it would be pretty sweet. It'd be pretty sweet. But yeah, there's a lot of positive reactions. A lot of people have seen like the Daredevil Born Again's 2-episode premiere review roundup. Positives, bold storytelling choices, gripping writing and tone, strong performances, impressive action sequences. Negatives, some sketchy CGI. What? Marvel Studios has sketchy CGI? The shit you say. Some familiar plot beats. Yeah, of course there's going to be familiar plot beats. What could he do about that? It's a superhero story, so. There you go. There's your MCU updates right there. Captain America Brave New World. Oh boy. Because when it comes to... Yeah, I mean, it's not like it just like full on 100% bombed at the box office its opening weekend. But, being that it's a Marvel Studios movie and everything like that, and Captain America, you would hope that it would probably do a little bit better than it actually did. But yeah, here we go right here. It made $28.2 million over the weekend, a 68.3% drop, which is not that great right there. Not that great. 289.5 million worldwide. How soon does it show up on Disney Plus? Anybody want to take some bets? My God. I do, however, love the fact that this little movie that I saw, which cost, I think, about $20-something million. I think it was actually $11 million. $11 million budgeted movie that is The Monkey. Worldwide is at $20.6 million. So it's already about to double the budget, and now we got to get, if it gets to the $30 million, it's basically going to be a profit right there. So I love that, because horror movies are just kicking ass right now. Low budgets, good storytelling, ridiculous storytelling, And like I said, I really enjoyed what Osgood Perkins did. He's becoming my new favorite director right now, to be honest. But yeah, Brave New World, how soon does it show up on Disney Plus? March? Think it'll be March? March it'll be on Disney Plus, most likely. Does it hit 400 million? Maybe. Maybe it does. I don't know. But yeah, it just seems like that's going to be on Disney Plus next month for sure. So, and what could he do? Let's see what, I'm curious. I'm wondering how Thunderbolts is going to play out, you know? Timothee Chalamet. Timothee Chalamet, he won a SAG Award last night for Unknown Artist. And his acceptance speech, a lot of people just really didn't. I mean, there's people that were like, hey, I get what he's saying right here, but apparently it caused some controversy. And if you didn't see it right here, I'll show it to you. Here's his acceptance speech right here.
I know we're in a subjective business, but the truth is, I'm really in pursuit of greatness. I know people don't usually talk like that, but I want to be one of the greats. I'm inspired by the greats. I'm inspired by the greats here tonight. I'm as inspired by Daniel Day-Lewis, Marlon Brando, and Viola Davis as I am by Michael Jordan and Michael Phelps, and I want to be up there. So I'm deeply grateful to that. This doesn't signify that, but it's a little more fuel, it's a little more ammo to keep going. Thank you so much. I know
I see no issue with that. Why would you not want to strive to be great? I thought that was a good speech. Yeah, he wants to be one of the greats. Yeah. I mean, there's going to be some actors that just want to be like, yeah, I just want to do my thing and whatever. But to be honest, I don't see any issue with that. So if anybody has an issue with that, I don't understand that. I don't understand. I'm actually becoming a Timothee Chalamet fan. I was not at first. I was like, who's this fucking skinny little twink that like all of a sudden like he's just like, what's going on with this guy? But then, after the first Dune, and then especially Dune Part 2, I haven't really seen him in much. I saw Willy Wonka and I thought, he did a pretty good. He had charisma and all that stuff in there. And I've seen him in other movies, Lady Bird, and some of the stuff before he was like really becoming a name. And I'm like, again, I don't see the issue of wanting to be great, and he's just expressing it. He's like, he wants to be one of the greats. Good, let him try, and he's getting to that point. I still need to see that movie, but yeah. So I don't see the issue with that. I don't know why people are having an issue with that. Again, just people just being upset to be upset, right? But when it comes to the SAG Awards, I was going to read some of the winners right here. Conclave actually won Outstanding Performance by a Cast. Still have to watch that. Of course, Timothee Chalamet won. Demi Moore is just cleaning house. She's most likely... It's going to be down to Demi Moore and Mikey Madsen, who's going to take that Best Actress statue at the Oscars this weekend. Kieran Culkin, he seems like he's going to be a shoo-in for Best Male Actor. He's cleaning house. And then, of course, we have Zoe Saldana, which I don't understand because I watched Emilia Perez. And, yeah, I mean, the performances and all that were just pretty bad. And she's just cleaning house, so whatever. Outstanding Action Performance by a Stunt Ensemble in Motion Picture. The Fall Guy. That works. Hey, stunts getting recognized. And then, of course, television, Shogun, Only Murders in the Building. So, all the television stuff. But, yeah, there you go. The SAG Awards. And we got the Academy Awards this weekend, so we'll see. Yeah, sadly, I'm not going to get to watch all the Best Picture noms. I don't know if I'm going to try to maybe watch another one tomorrow. But we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully I can watch a couple more before Sunday. Because I always like to get a gauge on what the hell's happening. I should probably watch Wicked. I should probably watch Conclave, at least those two movies before. I'll try to fit those two movies. Conclave. I know The Brutalist also, but I don't think it's on any kind of, I don't know. But I'm probably not going to catch The Brutalist before Sunday for sure. But, we'll see what happens. All right, guys. There's that. Now let's go ahead and read off some Twitter questions right here. See what you guys are saying over here on Twitter. Make sure there's no craziness in my freaking mentions, because you never know. All right, first off, we got Axel right here. I love this Sonic Adventure 2 homage. Now, that's pretty cool. So you got Sonic and Shadow with Batman and Flash. So basically like their counterparts, I guess you could say. That's pretty sweet. I don't mind that. That looks pretty cool. I like it. I like it. Eric Blake. Thing is, we're Barbara Broccoli still overseeing the Bond franchise. There'd be no chance of Cavill getting the role now for the simple reason that he's already a star. The rule was Bond's supposed to be the role that makes you. As it is he even available with Warhammer? Yeah, I mean, there's probably a good chance that Cavill is most likely not going to get the role, but hey, you know, what could he do? Here's a video. All right. What's this video, Axel? Is there going to be like weird shit? The dude looks like he's naked. Do I even want to play this? I don't even know. You know, I'm worried. I'm worried about that. Are you going to get my freaking stream blocked? Hopefully not. I don't know. The dude looks kind of naked and weird. I don't know. This is like something. Oh, is this a commercial for Chinese American and Japanese cuisine? All right. Interesting. Moving along. Kenny, Dave, very excited about DCU. Have always been. DC has barely scratched the surface in terms of the type of stories you could do in live action, animation, video games, future. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Kenny. Dave, what was your first experience with Star Wars? Mine was seeing the OG Star Wars on broadcast TV, CBS Saturday morning movie. Yeah, I mean, I watched the movies. You know, parents showed the movies. Dave, I've really grown on the DCU Superman suit. For David, to me, it's an homage. Suits from media and comics from like New 52 style. Yeah, I mean, it's grown on me too. It has. It's grown on me too as well. Dave, I know this is fan art, but already loving Amelia Alcock in the Supergirl suit. That's lovely, super cute. Yeah, I mean, this is pretty cool fan art because they're making it look like Corn Sweat's suit with the lines and the logo and everything. So that's pretty cool. Devin Wooter, hey Dave, what's the biggest surprise in your opinion for the new DC slate? For me, is my Adventures Green Lantern and Starfire. Do you think Darkseid will be the main villain for the next Justice League movie? That is pretty crazy. I know. It's like, do you do Darkseid again for that whole 6 years into like, ooh, hey. Ronnie, do you think they will show Superman to critics before release date and push the narrative if the movie is good? Do you think they have confidence in the movie to do that? Yeah, of course they'll do that. There'll be an embargo and all that stuff. For sure. Darkness Under the Wind. Dave, question one. With one of the Teen Titans, Starfire confirmed to get her own animated show in the DCU, do you think the rest will too, and the casting announcement of the team is coming very soon? Probably. I wouldn't say very soon. Question two, with Fede recently saying he wants to do an AVP film, should he do it if the sequel of Romulus is good and Alien Earth is as well, with no shenanigans from the studio? Yeah, why not? Although he said that he wanted it to be a secret, that it would be secretly an AVP movie. I don't know how you secretly do an AVP movie. You have to sell it as an AVP movie. You can't do a secret thing. You could probably do a tease or something. I don't know. Question three, now that the first MCU X-Men movie has been revealed to be further in development, could we expect a director announcement soon and maybe a casting one? I wouldn't say very soon. Seems like their focus is strictly on Doomsday and Secret Wars. So I don't know how soon it would actually be. Question four, with Punisher confirmed to get a special presentation, do you think it'll have build-up to Daredevil Born Again Season 2, or this could be saved for the MCU reboot? No, I think it would be a build-up. To me, it just seems like it would definitely be a build-up. It definitely would definitely be a build-up. Is that all the questions? Making sure I got all the stuff. Well, Kenny also said excited. Yeah. Video games, got all that. Yeah, that's all. Oh, Mr. Nobody. Forgot to say Mr. Nobody. I don't want to hate on MCU, but clearly they're going on a decline. We'll see how things go with the next few films, Fantastic Four and the next Avengers Doomsday. Clearly they have to bring back the main actors, even if it's in a different version, but what will they do after? That's a good question. That is a good question right there. So, I don't know. We'll see. But, it's supposed to start filming. It's going to be interesting what they tease when it comes to all that. But guess we'll find out. We're on this weird course of CBMs. That's for damn sure. Versus Seed, he said, did you catch the pic of Isabella Merced with the Hawk Girl voice actor from Justice League animated series? No. Was that recent? She just posted that on what, Instagram? I'm following her on Instagram, so I haven't checked that out yet. Yeah, but Indian and Jake, what you were just saying too, like, okay, so just to round up the show today, obviously, like the people who are just want to shit on anything James Gunn, and then of course say that he's ripping off Zach. There was people that were saying that too, like, oh, he's just following the same. Didn't the last guy want it? I mean, I tell you what, I don't even think. Sometimes when I think, especially when I know like people like that have actual channels and post videos themselves, I'm just kind of going, I think are you just doing this because this is what's working for your channel? Which I'm like going, all right, that makes sense. By all means, keep on going. If you build up your audience for coming up with conspiracy theories and want to say certain things that James Gunn is ripping off Zach, by all means. I mean, it's not the reality, but if you want to have that reality in your own little sanction of wherever you're at, by all means, it's fine. I don't really understand that. I don't know. To me, like when I was seeing everything today when it came to DCU, and I was worried, guys. I was worried that maybe it is going to be nothing, but But then when I heard the things that were going to be talked about, I was like, cool. But then there was things I didn't hear. I only heard about maybe a third of what was talked about at the press event. So I only knew about part of it. And I was kind of going like, well, maybe it's not going to be something that we should all be freaking out about or anything like that. But it ended up being a lot more when it came to certain things. I was even telling people, hey, don't get too excited. It's not going to be, they're not going to announce like a whole bunch of shit, but they announced more than I knew about. The only thing I really knew about when it came to I knew about the crypto thing. I didn't know about the animated stuff like the Starfire, the Green Lantern series, and the superpowers like school thing. I didn't hear about any of that, but I heard mainly it was just going to be updates on the existing projects we already knew about. But it's kind of cool that it was officially announced about the Teen Titans and everything, so that was good. But yeah, I was just kind of like, it's kind of interesting. But I'm pretty excited, and if you're excited, good. It's great to be excited. People who just want to shit on it, you just got to ignore them. It sucks. I wish they could have this level of excitement, I guess you could say, being a DC fan. And I hate that whole thing where like, well, real DC fans are this, that, and this, and blah, 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 blah. I hate when I see, in quotes, real DC fans that is used as ammunition from like the extreme Gunn side or the extreme Snyder side. It's like, shut the fuck up, guys. My God. Hey, we got a super chat from Indiana Jake. I appreciate it, man. Thank you for the $5. Only watched the first episode of the new Harley Quinn so far, but it was really funny. There was a Clark Superman joke that had me dying. Yeah, I got to catch up on Harley Quinn. I definitely got to catch up on Harley Quinn. I'll do that eventually. But I don't think I didn't even watch the last season, to be honest. So I got to catch up on that. Let's celebrate their 10th super on. Oh, hey, that's your 10th super chat, apparently. That's what Streamlabs is telling me. That's your 10th super chat. So high five, Indiana Jake. I didn't know that it kept track of that. You learn something new every day, guys. Facts. I've gotten better at not responding. Yeah, sometimes I'll respond just to ask questions and maybe stir the pot a little bit. But yeah, like I said, if you're excited for it, hey, be excited. I mean, again, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, we were always saying like, hey, just let fans be excited for what they're excited for. What does it have to do to concern you? If you're not excited for it, just leave us. Let us be excited. Now you got those same people that were saying that 6-7 years ago. Now they just want to shit on everything new. And I'm like, I even said it to somebody today. I was like, hey, remember when we said this? And then that person responded with saying like, remember when they didn't let us be excited about Snyderverse and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, so in your world, there are people that were not letting you get excited about things? Because in my world, yeah, I saw people saying I was wrong and stuff like that, but I didn't let them let me not be excited about things. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So now a lot of the mindset now is it's our turn to shit on it and say, you're wrong to be excited about this. The guy that's running the show is a hack and all this kind of stuff. And I'm just kind of going like, no, I just want to be excited about the stuff. I like movies. I like comic books. And now, with them coming together, hey, we'll see what happens. That's the way I look at it. All right, guys. Let's go ahead and wrap up the show. Where's the OG Film Junkee bat signal poster? Oh, yeah, that was when I had the green screen behind me. Well, you'll see it at the end when I end the show. That was just like a green screen that was behind me. So, anyways, guys, appreciate you spending time with me. Hit that like, thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, do all that. Have a good rest of your Monday and have a good Tuesday. And I'll see you guys back here on Wednesday. And we'll see what we talk about then. Of course, we'll talk about, who knows what we'll talk about. Who knows what's going to be coming about. But hey, we'll figure it out. All right, guys. Love ya. Talk to you later.